There is a strange, quiet beauty in the end of the world. Whether it's the overgrown, vine-choked skylines of The Last of Us or the dusty, irradiated husk of the fallout, we are collectively obsessed with the apocalypse. We see these images of a world without us, and instead of feeling terror, we feel like a weird sense of peace. Why does seeing everything we spent centuries building crumble to dust feel comforting? Is it just a trend of modern nihilism, or is it something much deeper? Hi, I'm Jay, and this is part 3 of my 5-part series, The Nihilist Culture. First off, we have to look at the context of our current moment. I've already talked about how 2026 has proven to be a doozy of a year. Between the constant noise of a 24-hour social media cycle, the rising stress of affordability, and the exhaustion of underemployment, many of us feel like that lonely penguin. We just want to walk away from the colony. Thoughts of an apocalyptic world feel like the ultimate nihilistic fantasy. It's a glass half full version of total destruction. When you look at post-apocalyptic media, we're rooting for the noise to stop. We are longing for a reset, where the transactional, inauthentic world stops screaming for our attention. In the ruins of a fictional wasteland, there are no bills to pay, no algorithms to feed, and no social status to chase. It's just you, the essentials, and the open road. This feeling has a name in modern philosophy: nihilism. It's the belief that since nothing matters, the destruction of everything is actually a relief. It's the idea that if the world is a stage with no script, we might as well enjoy the theater burning down. But what if that were true? Why do we find these stories so beautiful? Why does the sight of a flower growing through a cracked sidewalk in a ruined city make us feel hopeful instead of empty? Well, the truth is, this strange relief we feel isn't a 2026 invention. Thousands of years ago, a man who had everything, the wealth of a nation, the highest status possible, and more wisdom than any of his peers, looked at the world and felt the exact same way. That man was King Solomon. The entire book of Ecclesiastes is essentially the world's first post-apocalyptic journal. Solomon looked at the broad road of human achievement and called it all hevel, a Hebrew word often translated as vanity, but it literally means vapor or breath. He realized that chasing meaning in a broken world is like chasing the wind. He deconstructs every human pursuit, work, pleasure, and fame until it all turns to dust in his hands. But Solomon doesn't end in despair. He strips away the noise to find the essentials. At the very end of his search, after acknowledging that everything under the sun is fleeting, he reaches a pivot point. He writes, "Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." That longing you feel for a world that is quiet and reset isn't a desire for non-existence, but a desire for the original design. Scripture tells us that we are all like the lonely penguin, in search of something else. We're looking for a world where the broad road of destruction is replaced by the narrow road of purpose. I, like many Christians, believe this longing points to a real redemption found in Jesus. So does the end of the world feel comforting because nothing matters? No. It feels comforting because it reminds us of what actually matters. It forces us to realize that when the distractions are stripped away, the only thing left standing is our relationship with the Creator. Maybe we don't need the world to end to find that peace. Maybe we just need to stop chasing the wind and start looking for the road that leads home. Let me know in the comments below how you go about finding peace in your day-to-day life. If you like this video, part 4 will be released shortly. In the meantime, I think you'll like this video as well. And until next time, remember, there's an explanation for everything. Let's find it together. I'll see you at the next one.